All right, let's settle down. Okay, y'all ready for the day? You got your seatbelts on. Today, my subject, I'm going to be teaching today. And I want you guys to understand something. I want to share with you what made me who I am. The different side of Al Thomas you've never seen or heard before. Trust me. I want to share with you what made me who I am. And by the way, I want to first of all say and thank you for showing up today. And thank you all that show up every day because that's what it takes to be a real champion and be able to leave a legacy. My subject for today is what is going to be your legacy? What is going to be your legacy? What is going to be your legacy? Now, I'm going to focus the camera and the spotlight on me, not you. And I always believe a leader should always internally look at him or herself before they teach anybody else something that they have done. Because a lot of people try to teach you something they have not done, what I call false teaching. A real teacher is going to be in the trenches like General Patton, who leads from the front. And that's what I love about General Patton. My billionaire mentor, Kenny Trott, loved General Patton because General Patton got there in front and led in the trenches in the war with his troops. He didn't get behind the scene. He was up front, right there with the bombs and everything else going on, shooting at plane with his pistol. I love that guy. See, so I'm going to talk about legacy. Legacy. Now, if you're taking notes, there's four parts of people in life and what you want to look at for yourself. Um, number one, the world leaders, and the ultra rich have what they leave their memoirs. You know what that is? Memoirs. They live their memoirs. Successful people leave a legacy. Successful people leave a what? Say it with me. Legacy. A legacy. And third type of people, most people, they just leave bills back. They leave bills when they pass away. They have nothing. And the fourth type of person, you have to do what I call a GoFundMe program when they pass away because they didn't contribute nothing to nobody. That's sad. Now, hopefully, you guys after the day will build a successful legacy. A legacy. I would like to do work memoirs, but I'll settle for legacy. Now, I'm going to talk about legacy. Guys, I'm going to take you on a journey today. Um, when I first started at age 18, okay, we're going back some years. Matter of fact, I'm going to tell you this right up front. I'm going to take you back 44 years ago. I'm going to take you back and I'm going to show you something. I made a decision that I was going to be somebody. And anybody on this call today, you have made a decision you want to be somebody important for your family, for your community, for whatever it may be. You want to, for, hey, I want to give back. I want to help my parents. I want to help whoever. But you made a decision. See, that's starting your legacy. But a lot of us, we don't. Documentation beats conversation. We know that, right? So documentation is so important. Last weekend, I was outside in the garage, cleaning my garage up. As you guys know, I sold a big house about 4 years ago, and I'm looking for my what I call my green book. And I was out there, and literally, it's almost like I'm gonna say something kind of funny. The box started glowing, like ET was in there or something. There's one box in the garage started glowing. Oh, what's that? What's that? And I walked over there, and I said, "G about this." I said, "Oh, that box is glowing." And I opened it up, and guess what I found? I had misplaced my green book. This book This book defies and defines who Al Thomas is. Sure, I've got hundreds and hundreds and thousands of books I've showed and I'm giving a bunch away. But this is the core. What is at your core? This is part of the legacy. And I want you guys to start understanding you need to develop one. Now, as I open this book, I'm going to share some things with you. Matter of fact, I'm going to take these pages out right here. You wonder why some people are successful and other people will never get nowhere? Because they never define what they want or who they are. because they go back and forth like the wind. Now, this is in the front cover of the book here, and I'm going to read this to you. And as I read this, I took some time out because every year, before I go into this, every year December 20th is my year end. December 20th. When I lived in the Bay Area, I go up to Lake Tahoe. I mean, I go up to the wine country, a place called Des Bais Soleil, a little French restaurant up in the mountains, overlooking the whole valley. Beautiful. I have my certain table I would sit at every year, and they knew it. Every year they'd have my little thing, little Happy New Year, and all my little. And I sit there, and everybody would look at me like at this fine restaurant, and I sit there, and I would thank God, and I would rewrite my goals, and I would celebrate my year end. I end my year every year December 20th. Why? It gives me an 11-day head start on the average person. Now, if you're taking notes, write this down. To think is to create, and to create is to think. If back then, if the government could change Lincoln's birthday and Washington's birthday, some of you remember you should have Friday off, maybe Monday, 4-day weekend. Now they put them together, you only have one day because they study stealing from you. Let me be quiet. That's another subject for another day. I would sit there and be thankful. And I said, if they could change business in June, why can't I change my year? So to think is to create. So I decided, I made a decision. It's like y'all made a decision, join us. I made a decision mentally. I was going to change my year. December 20th, it was ending, and I could start afresh. I would have an 11-day head start on the masses of people who were not looking for building a legacy. And because I made a decision, I'm going to start with this article here I found, and this is the original article. Now, I'm going to read this to you. I'm going to put it to the close up here. This is September the 5th, 1986. This is the Beverly Hills Today newspaper. What did I say, Beverly Hills? Is that Brokeville or is that Wealthville? Wealthyville. Beverly Hills, okay? And I'm going to read the article. Speaker to tell how to become a millionaire. I don't know if y'all can see that. Speaker to tell you how to become a millionaire. 1986, y'all. And I'm going to read this. Noted real estate investor and speaker Al Thomas from San Francisco will be offering a seminar how to become a millionaire for the first time in Los Angeles area. The seminar will be held at the Ambassador Grand Hotel at 3400 Wilson Boulevard, blah, 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 blah. Al Thomas, a millionaire before the age of 30, I'm reading it, offering to share his experience how to use other people's money, OPM, we'll talk about that, how to buy property, how to get money back at the close of the escrow, how to find the best deals, buying property, no money down, how to be successful, build a success team. The guest speakers for the event will be Michael Harrison, Public Affair Director for California Fair Plan. Wow. And Gilbert Williams, a tax consultant. At this point, young Al Thomas, young Al Thomas? I like that part. Al Thomas, real estate career stated, my mission and goal in life, watch this, is to help other people who want to help themselves obtain financial independence, learning how to avoid mistakes. And I have reception between 5 and 7 to meet people after blah, 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 blah. Now, that was back in that long ago. Here's the original article from the newspaper. Part of my legacy. Way back then, before I even got into network marketing, was to what? Help people. Now, then I found these in here. At my church that I went to in Oakland, California, Reams Foundation, A Better Way. March the 7th of 1987. 87. Chris Mullen, who was a guard for the Golden State Warriors, him and myself, we did a real estate seminar, Mr. Al Thomas, millionaire, teaching at Center Hope Church, and free refreshments for free. Guys, I've done a lot of this stuff, and I'm looking at back, and here's another one I did. I'm not going to go yet in that one. Here's another one I did. But I just want to share with you, what is your legacy? What have you decided to do? One of my goals back then, and I'm going to share this with you, how powerful goal setting is. I always wanted a Ferrari. Guess what was in this book? There's a 308 GTSI Ferrari. And here's another one, picture of one. Guess what happened? I posted them around my place. And guess what? They became real later. We're going to talk about that. Hold on. I hope to get around to that. I just want to go into the first part. Now, I want to share something with you about a legacy. These are sayings, just like you guys get today. We don't do this, but look at all the stuff that blessed me, to teach me, to encourage me along the way when I heard no's, and nobody's going to join my team, and blah blah blah, and this that and the other, and real estate seminars by Bill Tycoon Green and Mr. Nicholson out of Utah, teaching all these no not down courses. And here's a picture of $1 million in $1 bills. Now here, I'm going to start right here today, right here today. I'm going to pull this out right here. Okay, you guys see it? Let me set it down to bless you guys. Because I want you guys to start your journey to build your legacy where your name is worth something. Now I'm going to read this to you. These are the original. December the 21st of 1981. Lord have mercy. My goal for 1982. Number one, 12 houses, 6 through foreclosures. Number two, perhaps loan out money, because wealthy people loan out money, broke people save it. Wealthy people, we invest it in other things and other people. Number three, by September, $75,000 to $100,000 in the bank. And that sounded like a lot of money back in '81, didn't it? So now I laugh at that, but think about how small I was thinking, right, Sherian? Number four, perhaps my Porsche. My Porsche. I wanted a Porsche before I got the Ferrari. 2 weeks vacation in Europe was number five, and number six was go, 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 make money. Okay? Okay? Now, here's the result. Let me read it to you. I bought 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 houses, and I had, it's the word pending. I don't know if y'all can read it. Pending. 1, 2, 3, 4 more houses pending. So that year I bought 11 properties. Let's see what else my goals had for me. I don't want to turn too much because these things have been around forever. Number two, I lend out $25,000 on a couple of properties, $4,000 on another property, $6,000 on another property, and 100. Yeah. And my third goal was 75,000, 100 grand in the bank. Question mark. No, I didn't do it. Number four, my Porsche. I didn't get my Porsche that year. Number five, 2 week vacation in Europe. Didn't do it. Number six, go, 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 make money. Yeah, I did okay. Okay, I'm just going to read one more year. I'm just going to show you guys something. Legacy, legacy, legacy. And can you go back and reflect? Most people don't even have a day timer. I don't give a thing about phone. Yeah, your phone go in the water, you lost everything. Your history, who you are, your identity. Oh, let me be quiet. One more year. 12/20/82. My goals for the following year, 83. By March 14th, my birthday, $100,000 cash in hand. In hand. Number two, my Porsche before my birthday or on my birthday, if I won't. I was getting a little cocky right there. You know why we say if I won't? Because we don't believe it. If I won't. We say that because we're just trying to justify if we don't make it. See, that was doubt. That was doubt right there on my part. I'm just sharing with you my legacy. Number three, keep buying and buying and buying. Number four, go skiing for a full week somewhere. Number five, a net worth of at least $750,000. And number six, a good staff. Okay. Now here's my results. $100,000 cash in hand. What's the word say? Almost. Number two, my Porsche. I bought my Porsche January the 24th of 1983. I had a black Target 911 SC. Man, that was a nice car. Next, number three, it says keep buying and buying. I bought, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 more properties and a place in Lake Tahoe. Number four, go skiing for a full week. I had a ski party in Lake Tahoe, December 23rd, 19th to 22nd. For 4 days, I had a ski party at my place, my chateau. And I brought my mom up and her girlfriends. And I had brought my assistant up and her friend. And I went back east skiing December 24th to December 29th for 5 days. Number five, net worth of at least three-quarters of $1 million. My net worth at that time was on the low of $500,000 to a high of 608,000. Number six, good staff. I had one lady, Rainey, and I had my sister working part time for me. Wow. I want to show y'all something because I want you to understand what is your legacy going to be? If you start today, what could you be in 4 or 5 years with your ACM business or anything else you want to do? I'm going to go one more year and I'm going to stop. One more year. The following year, 12, 20, 83. See, they're always on the 20th. It's always on the 20th. Challenge yourself, Al Thomas. Every day will be a challenge. Be firm, work hard and efficient. Expand to different areas in different cities. I'm telling myself to expand. Next, number one, net 1 million. See again, if I didn't make it that year, Steve Valdez, I'll give it, I'll forward it the next year. $1 million net worth, number one. Number two, another business. Let me just read them and let me give the results. Number one, $1 million net worth. Well, guess what? It was only 750,000 a year later. Number two, another business. I opened up the limousine service with my partner, Aaron Brewer. I bought the first limo on January the 10th. And January 25th, I got the second limo. There in Oakland, Mr. Al Randolph, down there by Lake Merritt. It's a funny story. I walked in, I had some jeans on, Sherry on, and the guy looked at me, he kept talking like, and what happened was I said, oh, okay, I got you. So Bob Myers, I looked over, there was a guy on the phone. I waited, he got off the phone. I said, sir, come here. I want you to send me that limousine. I want that one, the blue one. Blue's my favorite color. And he went back there and started talking. He came back. I said, tell you what, I want both of them. Go give me a better offer. That day, even though I said the first is when I got it, the 25th of the second one, because I had to send the other one back. That day, I rode off with both of those. They opened up the doors because they're on the showroom floor. Both limos, 1984. And I walked over to the salesman that prejudged me, Daryl Ransom. I said, let me tell you something, sir. Don't ever judge a book by a cover because you know who I could be and who I am. I tell you what, that got to him because he could have sold 2 limos that day, Sam Foster, because his attitude was wrong. All right, let's move on. Number three, help people, charity, and donations. What I do, number three, I sponsored a baseball team with T-shirts on March 27th of 84. Who have you sponsored? If you make enough, you can do something. It's not about giving back because nobody took it from me. What about just giving? Number four, what's number four? Buy a newer house, remodel my kitchen. Nope, I didn't do it. Number five, travel for 2 weeks. Guess what? Because of Mark Keener, you heard him on the episodes in the channel that we have. Mark Keener, I got because he worked at World Airways and he always wanted to go to my place in Lake Tahoe because that place in Lake Tahoe, he wanted to go up there and ski all the time. So I tell you what you can do. I tell you what you can do. I tell you what you can do. Go use my place and don't worry about it. I'll call you when I need you, like a golf club. So I called him up and I say, listen, I want to go to Europe. What can you do with arranging something for me to Europe? He was the COO of World Airways based in Oakland at that time. He said, hey, you sitting down? I go, should I be? He goes, yes. Because of you, Mr. Al Thomas, and our friendship, I have tickets to go from Oakland, California, all the way to Germany and back and stopping in England for $213 round trip. God is good. So because of him, Roxanne Corlano, I went for 2 weeks. Like I said, my goal. I went to Germany, check. I went to Italy. Oh, I had some fun in Italy. Check. I went to Paris, France for the first time. Loved it. Didn't want to come back. Check. And I went to England. For 2 weeks, I was on the road. Lord have mercy. Number six, my Ferrari. Yes, I bought the Ferrari on May 24th of 84, 2 months, a month or so after my birthday. Powerful. Legacy. Next, exercise more. I start running and walking more. And what was number nine? Number nine was 24. Oh, number nine was, I didn't read this one. Number nine, buying 24 more properties of different types: apartment buildings, houses, hotel motels, and office buildings, right? And maybe do some development and remodeling. That was number nine. Let's look and see what number nine was. So I bought, let's see, one, two, three, four, five new houses, a commercial building, and I bought my hotel in March. And I took a trip to Europe after that. Matter of fact, wait a minute. I bought the hotel on a credit card. Let me say that again for y'all that got a little grease in here. I bought the hotel with a credit card. Y'all can't wait to 2025. I got some stuff on my sleeve. Now, so check that off. And here's the funny part. Let me tell you about the hotel, Kathleen Williams. Uh, I was doing Shark Tank way before Shark Tank was even a Shark Tank. Let me tell you why. I would park my Ferrari about 2 blocks away from my hotel on San Pablo Avenue in Oakland. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. And I had a guy named Steve, a Caucasian guy, and a guy named Jose, who was Spanish. So I named my hotel S&J for Steve and Jose. It wasn't me. I put their names on the building. S&J Residence. That's the name of my building. I was a janitor. Danny Payne, you catch, I was a janitor. Whenever I walked in the building, they thought, oh, here's Al, he's a janitor. And I get my broom and I start sweeping the floors, Mr. Harrison Mills. And I would go around my own hotel, Sharon, and catching the gossip, what was going on in my residence. I was catching the gossip because they thought I was just a janitor. Are y'all feeling me? I was a janitor. Gloria, I was a janitor. I was a janitor. I heard everything was going on in my building. I knew everybody's business because they were the managers. And quite naturally, Steve and Jose, they were, yeah, we're the manager. Yeah, yeah, yeah. They were, man, they had their little, got their feathers going. And I said, guys, keep it going. But don't tell nobody I'm the owner. Shh. Don't tell nobody. So wait a minute, Al Thomas, you was doing undercover boss back in them days. Yeah, yeah. Before it got popular, I was doing. Hey, hey, Bob Myers. I didn't want nobody to know I was the owner. Don't you realize? Let me tell you something. Even today, people have no idea what I own because I'm not flashy with it. The ones that talk about they got something, they can barely put two quarters together. Trust me. Anyway, I'm gonna get back to this. Number 10 was to lend out money. And I did, yeah, I did some. I lend out money starting in May. Number 11, employ more people in different businesses. Well, I got S&J. I got my residence. Got my two guys running my hotel. Me and my buddy had a limousine service, and then we had property. Matter of fact, the limousine service. Let me tell you what I used to do on the weekend when I got bored. Dave Culver. I would call my partner because he ran the limousine service. He used to be working for PG&E, and we did so well he could work it full time. So what I would do on the weekends, if I was bored, I would call him and say, "Hey, Aaron, put me in a slot to drive the car," because we had two limos at that point. Eventually, we had five, but we started off the two I bought that day, brand new in '84. And I would drive the limousines, and I would go out there and hear what the guys were driving, what they were doing, because they thought I was just a driver. They had no idea if they looked in the glove compartment and saw my name on the. Man, I was doing stuff I didn't want nobody to know. And I was out driving. I get the skinny on everybody out there. Let me tell you a quick story. One of our drivers named John. I ain't gonna say his last name. John had went around late. Where I know Mr. Where's let me look at Mr. Randall. He went around Lake Merritt. There used to be a place around Lake Merritt. Watch this. Watch him start smiling. Called Biff's. Remember Biff's? Used to be a restaurant called Biff's, and back then they had a payphone. Oh Lord, I'm dating my. And it was a pay, and he had between fares. He had about an hour and a half, 2 hours to kill. So instead of coming all the way back, he stopped at Biss and he got out of the car. And what he did, Dale Ransom, he went and called his girlfriend and got out and went to the payphone and let the car running. Well, because he called his girlfriend, some knucklehead jumped in the limo and they took off in it. We found it 2 days later. They were just joyriding around Oakland and they found it. Wasn't nothing stolen or anything. And my partner wanted to fire the guy. Watch this. Watch this. I said, don't fire him. He said, why not? I go, he's too valuable. What do you mean he's valuable? He's too valuable, Aaron. We can't fire him. And Aaron said, why not? Tell me why not. Tell me. Tell me. I said, because he'll never make that mistake again. He goes, wow, I never looked at it that way. That's okay. I said, because the next driver might do the same thing, but he'll never do that again. You learn from your mistakes, ladies and gentlemen. So we kept him. Oh, let's see what else I had. Oh, way more. Number 12, build up a line of credit of $100,000. Well, my line of credit was 138,500 at that time, so over 100,000. Plus, I had another. So, at the end of the month, it was my line was jumping up, so I got over $146,000 line of credit in 1983. Can you imagine what the day? Woo! Because I built, write this down, consistency. I built a legacy. When people hear your name, what do they think of? Credibility or run? When people see your phone number jump on their phone, do they go, oh, I'll call him back or her back? Oh, Lord, have mercy. What do they need this time? Or they answer with anticipation because they know that you're worthy of their time. Oh, Lord, have mercy. What does your name bring to the table? Can you pick up a phone and call the bank, tell them have a $250,000 check ready for you in about 20 minutes? See, I'm trying to get you guys past the network marketing stuff. See, this stuff was even before network marketing. This is at least 10 years before network marketing. And that's when I really crushed it. But I was warming up here, but notice what I was doing. The same principles holds true there as it holds true here. So no matter what's slowing you down, see, the only thing slowing you down, I'm gonna really be honest with you, is your notions of what you believe. You are stopping you. Let me tell you something. 2 years from now, it's still gonna be 2 years from now. But the question, what the heck are you gonna do between now and then? It's you. Nobody did this but Al Thomas. Al Thomas made a decision to start a legacy. Al Thomas started to make a decision that his name would be worth something. I'm going to read this part here what Napoleon Hill said. It's in my book right here. I know y'all can't read it, but I'm going to read it to you, the little white part right here. Because this was way back then. Napoleon Hill, I'm going to quote this. Success and failure is largely the result of habits. When I ask you guys about habits, how many of y'all got a new? How many of you guys got names and numbers? Very few of you. You ain't got a habit yet. How many got new IBOs? You ain't got a habit of talking to people. How many got somebody qualified? Well, first of all, I ain't got in the habit of it. How many of this GR set up? Only the same ones. You ain't got the habit of it. The reason why you're not making the money you really should be making is because of you. Get out of your own way. Success and failure is largely a result of habits. You know, you did the same thing yesterday you're going to do today as you did last week. And it's not income producing, but you keep doing it. Why? It says this ideas, the idea that a hero worship is helpful, providing one worships a winner. Napoleon Hill. What is your book gonna look like? I'm gonna show you something that's gonna piss some of y'all off, but I'm gonna show it to you anyway. Now I'm not gonna get controversial about politics, so let's get that straight right now. Although I gotta show y'all something. I was debating about showing this, and I'm gonna end the call. Let's see, it's part of man. I got so much stuff in here I had to go through. Man, oh man. If I could, where was it at? This is crazy. See, success does leave clues. Where is it at? Where is it at? Where is it at? Go. I just got to show you one more thing that just blows my mind. How life happens to some people. Um, bear with me for just a second here. Must be in this section over here. how people, how people who have a one, who's on track, I can't find it, who's on track are successful, and they call it because they planned on it. And I want you guys to understand you got to plan on being successful. I want to, or maybe I have to save it for Saturday. Oh, here it is. It's on this side. I got so much stuff in this bag that I took out one by one because this stuff is kind of like an archive. It's so old that it may rip, and I don't want it to rip. Now, I want to show you something way back when. In Ebony, way back when, this is in the files of Ebony. And I'm going to read this to you. This was what year was this? I can't remember the year. This person here, listen to this. Eccentric and wealthy. Historian Miss Taylor prefers roaming around her 585-acre 60 oil well estate in coveralls instead of refined clothes to display her riches. She's she's reportedly a multi-millionaire in the 1950s. Oh, I got hope. Oh, oh, no, here's the piece I was looking at. It's going to be very controversial for some of you. This is not a political thing, okay? Don't take it that way. But I'm going to show you something. This is October 12th, 1987. Tycoon Trump hints at beyond buildings. Now, watch this. I'm going to read something to you. I'm going to show you a legacy. Listen to this. Trump, I'm not running for anything, but I believe that if I ran for president, I would win. 1987, the original newspaper. It's a mindset. Are you guys winners up here? Get regional director out of the way. You got 42 freaking days. Get off your backside. And if you're a regional director, promote another regional director. Why are you sitting around here just bowling in this business, but God gave you a multi-million-dollar business? If I can do it 44 years ago, I keep track. This not surprised where I'm at. Well, here's what some people say. Well, I gotta fake it till I make it. I gotta fake it till I make it. What about if you face it until you make it? Face it. Don't fake it. Who knows? You too could be in the Beverly Hills today's newspaper.